What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition. Hosting, as always, it's your boy. Parents call me Anthony. The other people call me Connie. So what's going on to everybody out there? Another edition of Generational Sports. We're happy to have you as we always are. With that being said, the important question that I like to start off every show with, because, well, I'm a great guy. Great guy. What can I say? Josh, how you doing? And before you answer how you're doing, actually, I don't know how I don't know how you're doing because we're a little disheveled here. We only got one jersey behind us. It looks like it looks like you're in a whole new place.
No, it's the same place.
See, you look probably 10 to 15 times smaller right now.
Yeah, the setup's a little messed up, so I guess it's a little story time because a lot of things led to
We get a story
what we're
time
seeing
live
right
here.
here. Right, so I live in like a very I wouldn't even call it a neighborhood. All right, I just live on a street and it goes like it curves, and
Okay.
there's an apartment building to my left and an apartment building across the street to the right. Been a lot of people moving in and out, a lot of
Okay.
that. New people. Normally, because we've lived here for about close to 3 years now, and it's been a pretty calm neighborhood, friendly with the people across the street. But lately, people across the street been having a lot of problems. Been hearing a lot of yelling,
Oh, brother.
a lot of things getting hit. Cops have came a couple times,
Oh no.
and so this weekend, the new people, I already hate them. The new people in the apartments across to the right, 3 motorcycles. I
Oh,
always think
brother.
they're so cool, revving their Harleys around, so annoying because Bug freaks out. And this weekend, the left apartments, cops called there, like 3 squad cars, got motorcycles revving over here. So Bug is losing his shit. And the way my computer's set up, there I try to have no loose cords so Bug can't get to him. But he
Smart man.
wound up knocking over the little blockade I had, tied himself up in the cords, knocked everything off my desk. Everything. I'm talking PC knocked over, monitor on the floor. Luckily, nothing broke.
Oh,
And in the midst of that, I don't know how he knocked down that one. He knocked down both of them. This one actually has a crack right here in it now.
oh,
But the
brother.
other one, completely broken, not fixable at the moment. Gonna have to get a new one. But yeah, it was. We just went to the store. Went to the store real quick, came back, everything in shambles. Couldn't really get mad at Bug because we came back, still 3 squad cars, motorcycles flying everywhere. It's been, I don't know what's up with these new neighbors, but they need to get their shit together, man. We had a peaceful little block over here, and now it's all hell's breaking loose.
It's not what you want, as some would say.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But Connie, how are you?
Oh, we're living the dream. A little tired because listen, let me tell you something. Sleep schedule still almost is bored. The sleeps. All right, so here's the thing, right? Sleep schedule on spring break terrible. I got back better for like a couple, a little bit, but now we're somewhere in between right now, where it's like I could fall asleep early to me, aka like 2 o'clock, or you know like 4, which is what I did today, and then I had work at 11, so I had to wake up at 10, and that's only 6 hours. I'm a growing man. Grown man, I need 8. Need 8. Preferably about 10. So, a little tired, but I'm going to be tired again because you know what? And this might sound corny. Doesn't matter. You know what, Josh? Doesn't matter. You want to know why? I'm going to be tired tonight because midnight tonight, Lego Star Wars comes out. Yes,
Dude,
sir.
I need to get my new controller because I want to play that game. I love, God, it's going to be so good too. Because,
Lego Star Wars, I'm there midnight.
God, I need to get my new controller, man. I need to. I'm too cheap for it though, because I want to get it. If I'm gonna buy one, I want to get a nice one, because I'm not gonna waste it on cheap, original
Get a
one.
nice elite controller like
Yeah,
this.
I want to, but
Ooh,
them
nice
bitches are expensive. Like, how much is that one? Because I was looking at them.
I got it for Christmas, honestly. So
Them bitches like over $100 and shit. Like, I'm glad I'm still on just the Xbox One though, because them PS5 controllers and shit, those shit's crazy expensive. But yeah, I need to play that Lego Star Wars game, bro. It's gonna be so good.
oh yeah, and then I got my nice 9:30 class tomorrow, so that ought to be
Yeah,
be fun to
that's
wake
gonna
up
be dead.
for, to say the least. All right, let's get into it as we always do. Josh, I'm gonna throw some curveballs at you here too because I know we make the doc and all that, but I think we're gonna go in a little bit of a different order today. I'm thinking about it.
Don't mind it. I don't mind it.
We'll still start it off though with UFC 273. A nice little preview, a nice little prediction, as we always do. Because we got to make sure everybody knows what we're thinking. Okay. So, Josh, I know that you know the card better than me. I believe this is the just the Sterling card and the Korean Zombie card. I believe
It is. It is. That's a very interesting way to put it. To put the non-champs.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Because I can't remember their names.
Yeah, it is the Piotr Jan and Alexander Volkanovski.
All right, see, here's the thing. I thought Jan was correct, but wait, what's his first name?
Piotr.
See, in my head it was Peter, but I knew it was wrong, so I was like, it can't be Peter Jan. So
There's an interview.
I didn't think it was Jan at all.
There's an interview of him. This guy kept calling him Peter after he told him it was Piotr, and he like kind of got mad at him. Like I used to always say Peter too, because it's just Peter without the E, but it's Piotr.
You make your great point.
But it is a very nice fight card. I think everybody's been waiting to see Piotr Jan get that title back because he is the rightful champion. Aljamain is not on his level. But
now, Josh, we have a very important question here from Lily in our color cast, of course.
Okay,
is this a Russian? We're assuming here.
Yes, I do believe Piotr Jan is Russian.
Yeah, you know what?
And like, not 100% sure, but I'm like 90.
This is gonna sound really weird, but in a way, in a real slight way, and listen, this is strictly based on the person, not everything going on. Not everything going on, because I have to word this very carefully. We're in very, turbulent times these days. I almost feel bad that the minute everybody's announced that they're from Russia, they get booed. I almost feel bad.
No.
I almost
because they ain't do nothing wrong, bro. They're entertaining.
Wrong. In fact, they probably escaped there to live a better life. So I almost feel bad for them. I really do. But we don't think Jan getting booed though, right? Because
he is from Russia.
Jan can't get booed, can he? I mean,
he can in these current times. I think right now he might. Not rightfully so, though. I think the only Russian that, if like everyone on Earth just completely hated Russia for a rightful reason, the only person that wouldn't get booed is Khabib. I think he's the only human that would not.
You want to know why? Because I think Khabib would go in the stands and just kill everybody. Yeah, I'm not booing him either.
Don't boo Khabib. Just don't.
Lily said I actually had a great conversation with a Russian artist the other day, and she was talking about how complicated it is for her right now. I could only imagine, bro.
Yeah, I bet.
That has to because here's the thing, right? Like, you obviously left for a reason. Now we don't know what the reason is, and in their heart of hearts, maybe they even support some of the things going on. But like, not every single person is the same type of person. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what we're doing here. When all of a sudden we hear Russia, it's boom, boo. I almost feel bad for Peter Jan and all them. She left like 8 years ago. See,
that's just still got to be conflicting.
That stereotype, man, never goes away. Goes away.
No, never. But this fight card, only real 3 fights I really want to talk about, but there are some very good fights on the undercards. Rosenstruck is fighting Marcin Tybura, 2 very good heavyweights. I believe, who else is fighting? I think Mark Matt. No, that's an NBA player. Mark something, but he's 11-0, and I think he's the final fight on the early prelims. But 3 fights to really talk about. Obviously, the guy who's been putting his name everywhere. Anytime there's a vacancy in a fight, Khamzat Chimaev is like, I'll take it. I'm in.
You should.
I can drop the weight. I can put on the weight. He's currently minus 500 favorite to win against Gilbert Burns. I think there's good value for Gilbert Burns at plus 380.
Ooh.
I know Khamzat's like every UFC guy's quoting like Khamzat's the only guy that can challenge Usman. Only guy. Gilbert Burns fought him and lost. But outside of that loss to Usman, Gilbert Burns has been very, very good. I probably, just kind of, a little sprinkle of money over on Burns.
A little 5-piece, you think?
Yeah. Like just take a shot at it. Right. I mean, if Amanda Nunes can lose, Khamzat Chimaev can lose too. So, but I think Chimaev is definitely the pick there. I'm assuming you'll go Chimaev as well.
Okay. Wait, I'm not gonna lie. I was reading the comment.
Well, I just said I assume you're going with Chimaev.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, come on. The man has the little like. Well, did he have a cleft lip? Is that why he got the little scar above his lip?
I believe so. I got a scar right here too.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace, Wrigley. She got me good one time.
I don't have any like, I have this discoloration kind of thing on my elbow from when I flipped my 4-wheeler. and took a literal chunk of skin out of my elbow when I was
Dude, I
doing
have
it.
a chunk of skin. Was dumb track in 7th grade, laying behind the high jump mat. Dude comes off the high jump mat, spikes, grabbed my arm, took out a chunk right
I
here.
also do have this little scar right here. Might possibly. I'm not saying yes or no. I was possibly influenced on a specific holiday. Might have been New Year's.
Scar stories like they're sometimes the most entertaining conversations you can have because there's always wild stories behind a lot of them, but also a very dangerous question
You
to
know,
ask to be like,
like
oh, where'd that
exactly.
scar come from?
Like this one of my hand right here. Not even entertaining. Well, like I said, might have possibly been a little
Right.
influence on a certain New Year's. Was walking from my boy's house out to my car real quick because he wanted me to grab my camera to take some flicks. What do? It was like straight. It was like out of a movie scene, right out of a movie scene. I take a step. I take a couple steps from the porch, slip on straight ice,
Tough.
go right down, go right down. The funny thing is, I get all the way all the way back inside without even realizing I'm leaking. Little
That
blood from the palm.
I think obviously under the influence you're not as angry about it, but things that like piss me off the most, slipping on ice when I'm trying to walk carefully has got to be up there. Like
See, I don't even get mad. I get real scared.
I get
My
mad,
heart
dude.
stops.
Like I'm walking carefully because I know it's slippery and I still slip. Like I get so mad at it. It's
Let's
like
see.
when I'm taking out the
What
garbage
scar
in
stories do
winter.
we have here? We got Lily. I have a scar right by my eyebrow because I jumped onto ice face first when I was in kindergarten. We had to super glue it.
Damn,
Yeah, that's usually good. That's usually a good
damn.
idea. We got
Yeah.
Matt. He said I had a nice scar on my leg from breaking it twice. Even one on my
Ooh,
hip from hip surgery for my lip. Wait, hold on. Even one on my hip from hip surgery for my lip. There's no way you meant hip. You meant lip that whole time.
have you ever had surgery, Connie?
I've never broken a bone.
I've broken a bone, but I've never had surgery.
I've never had
Well,
stitches.
I've gone
I've never
under one
broken a
time. I did get 6 teeth removed. 6.
I've never. I was gonna say I've never even. I've been knocked out, like not in a fight.
Because kind of don't get knocked
Like
out.
what's it called? No,
Anesthesia,
it is anesthesia. Okay, good.
anesthetics, or something. I don't know.
Whatever.
One of those
Listen, I'm not very smart, so one time I had to get a endoscopy where like they shove the tube down your throat and like look into your stomach.
Mm,
Yo, let me tell you something. I didn't even try and fight again. That was bro. It's creepy too though, because like they are so good at like their jobs that
mhm.
like I literally opened my eyes and the nurse was right there, like, "Oh, how are you?" I was like, "Bro, how the hell you knew I was going to wake up at this precise time?"
I have always been so scared to go get surgery or go under now, like for like not at the dentist, but like at the doctors, because when my brother tore his ACL and MCL,
Oh, I'm good.
he told me about a catheter, dude. I'm like, nah,
See,
I don't
see,
ever like I
see.
avoid dangerous situations now. I never want to go through that. Like that just sounds terrifying.
My mom did just remind me that I went to the hospital one time though. Neighbor, I remember this too. We were playing outside. Neighbor snowball. Well, what he thought was a snowball. Straight ice to the eye.
Tough.
Ice to the
That's
eye. Nothing serious though. Just some eye drops. Didn't even have to. No
good.
eye patches. Nothing.
Right,
So
but you never know in that situation.
No,
Like,
I was in pain. I'll tell you that.
yeah,
I was definitely in some
when
pain.
Wrigley scratched my face and gave me my scar, like she'd done it 1,000 times. We're always playing. I lay down on the couch. She jumps up, scratches me. Normally nothing happens, but I'm like, I think I was like 11, and I'm sitting there and I'm crying, and my mom's like, "Get up, you're fine." I move my hand, my lips like split
Oh,
open,
brother.
and she starts freaking out, and I can't see it, so I'm like, "What's happening?"
No, there's nothing worse than somebody else freaks out and you don't know what happened yet.
Yeah, like I didn't
Because then
know.
you're like, oh, I just lost my arm. It's gone.
I'm like,
It's gone
I thought I
forever.
just got a cut and it hurt.
Oh,
And then
brother.
she's like freaking out, like, "Get your shoes on, we gotta go." I'm like, what's happening?
Let's see. We got some comments here. Matt said I had to have bone marrow removed from my hip to fix the cleft lip. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't either.
Lily broke a collarbone in middle school. Didn't realize it was broken for an entire summer, and was completely healed by the time we found out. That's all right. So Lily just casually badass over here. They did a great job with my anesthetic when I got my wisdom teeth out because I woke up and remember everything. Yo,
Do you have to get your wisdom teeth removed?
I've never. Let me hold on here. Let me knock on wood real quick. My dentist has never spoken the word wisdom or tooth next to me. Not
Mine
one
came
time.
in and it hurt, but not like bad enough that I need to go. But like they came in and they're just there now. But like, do you eventually have to get them removed? Like,
I
I don't
think
even know
only
that.
if it like messes with your teeth some
Mm.
way. I like I said, I barely. I'm not very smart, so you never know. Listen, Lily also said I also did have to go to the ER because I fell snowboarding, had to be taken to the ski patrol on a sled and thought I broke my arm. It turns out I didn't, but I had a nasty bone bruise and had to wear a sling for over a month. That's a good story. Everyone thought I broke it because I was smiling and laughing and I thought I was in shock. Mine were completely impacted and were so painful. I got them out after my 18th birthday. Lily, I do those pictures on your Twitter because, of course, me and Lily are Twitter friends now, best friends.
Okay.
Lily watches Backstop Banter all the time. I watch Pitches Be Crazy, a great show that she's on, by the way. Go check it out on Colorcast if you haven't. I see those pictures on your Twitter. Not gonna lie, I kind of laughed a little bit. A little bit. I was only because I know that you're all right, Lily. If you weren't okay, then I wouldn't laugh. But you're all good. You're typing away, having two wonderful shows. Doing great. You're doing great. It was bad. Everything. I was in shock. I see, bro. I don't know if I could be. I don't know if I could go skiing or snowboarding. I'm a little. First of all, I'm way too fat for that.
Same, bro. I'm just way too like uncoordinated. Really, like I'm just not great. Not great with the whole movement stuff.
Yeah. I'll stick. I'll ride a. Every once in a while.
I actually can't ride a bike.
Are you kidding me?
Never learned.
Never learned to ride a bike.
I was a skateboard kid, so I didn't need the bike. I was
How can
just
you
riding my
skateboard and
skateboard.
not ride a bike?
Well, I was first introduced. Well, obviously a bike first, and I couldn't do it without the training wheels. And then I just gave up on it and got a skateboard and just started riding the skateboard. Never learned how to ride a bike.
See. Now I'm not very good at math either, but this is still not adding up to me. I can't.
Well, I was like
I
when
feel
does
like the balance you have to ride a skateboard is much
nah, it's
easier.
not that crazy to just
Bro,
ride
if
it
I tried to
straight.
ride a skateboard right now, I'd die in 30 seconds.
No, I promise you wouldn't. It's not that hard. Not like to do stuff on it. It's insanely hard. Never even tried that, but to just ride it, not too hard. And the scooter too. Scooter gets you places. So I never really. There were so
Scooters
many
are.
other
I want an electric
things.
scooter so bad.
Yeah, there were so many
I should
other
have got
things
one
I
while I was in
I
college,
used.
so I could just pull it out of the trunk instead of walking to class. Just take the electric scooter. I messed up my whole
Mhm.
college career. Josh, listen, we're 17 minutes in. We've talked about sports for about 35 seconds. But
We'll
yeah,
finish the card. We'll finish the
yeah.
card.
Let's get to the actual fights that we actually care about. Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, title fight, Piotr Jan, Aljamain Sterling. We all know how the last one ended. Aljamain's on the ground. Piotr hits him with the knee, and that's the fight. There's a new champ. No one believed Aljamain was a champ. I don't even think he believed because he was going to lose that fight. He was getting dominated.
Yeah.
And then Piotr Jan comes out and beats Corey Sandhagen. And gets the interim title because when the rematch was supposed to happen, Aljamain got hurt. Oh my God, he got hurt. But he never, I don't think he actually got hurt. I just don't think he was ready to give up the title yet. But yeah, so technically there is no champion right now because Piotr's the interim and Aljamain kind of vacated it when he didn't
See,
fight. So
Lily's giving us a Russian lesson right now. She said it's more like. Wait, hold on. Piotr, but the Tor can be a bit more of a TER depending. And then
yeah,
she said,
I don't know. When he says it, like it sounds so fluent, but I don't know. I just
she
don't want to
said
say Peter.
PYO like QUO. Like Quo? So
Poter? Not Poter. It can't be Poter.
listen, I'm a
Pooter? Pewter?
respectfully, I don't think he's ever gonna find
Or
me
is
in
it
life.
Pewter? Pewter. Because I'm saying Piotr. So is it Pewter?
Pewter? Hey, maybe it's Pewter.
I don't know if it's Pewter.
Listen, respectfully, I'm gonna call him Pewter.
Yeah, I'm just not going to call him Peter. That's all
You
I
know
know.
what exactly? No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm calling him Jan.
Yeah,
Call him
he's
Jan.
just Jan.
That's
Unless we're
my
saying
guy.
that.
That's my
Unless
guy.
we're saying
What?
that wrong. That'd be
Exactly. You know
crazy.
what I mean?
But
That's my guy.
yeah, I am for sure.
I
Right
got
now,
Jan first round knockout.
Jan is minus 500 right now, as he should be. Same odds as the Gilbert Burns and Khamzat Chimaev fight. Aljamain's plus 380. I don't think there's any value in that because he's going to get his ass kicked. Yeah, Jan wants that title back, and rightfully so. And then the main event, I don't even know why this fight is really happening. I mean, I get it from a promotion standpoint, but for Volkanovski, like why even take the risk that you could get upset here when you know it's not even worth the title shot? Obviously, talking about and a very good fighter in Korean Zombie, Chang Sung Jung. He's a very good fighter. But just some numbers here from Alexander Volkanovski and the run he's been on. In his first 4 fights in his life before he got to the UFC, he was 3-1. Won the first 3, lost that one. He hasn't lost since. He's on a 20-fight win streak ever since that one loss in his entire life. In the UFC, he's undefeated against the guys like Chad Mendez, Jose Aldo, Max Holloway twice, and then Brian Ortega put him to sleep twice last fight, and Volkanovski still won. So he's one of the most dominant fighters the sport's ever seen. Definitely one of them right now. Chang Sung Jung, very good. Korean Zombie, one of the coolest names you could have in a fight game. I mean, that's just a cool name. And the odds show exactly what everyone thinks. Volkanovski's minus 700, plus 500 for Korean Zombie. So, I mean, I get it, but I think, honestly, give Brian Ortega another shot rather than Korean Zombie. I just think that there's no one really in that division on Volkanovski's level. I certainly think Brian Ortega is still the only one that has a chance just because of how good he is grappling and submission-wise. Like, I don't know how Volkanovski survived that guillotine.
No.
Like, that was the tightest it could be, and he slipped out and then escaped the triangle choke, too. It's insane how good he is. But, yeah, Volkanovski, I don't know if he'll knock him out. I think he'd be very ballsy to get in there and stand and bang with the Korean Zombie. I think he'll win by decision.
Oh, we're going decision, huh?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to end early. I think it's going to be a fight that we're all like, really? We just had to sit through that when we could have had Jan for the finale.
I'm going 3rd round TKO.
Mm-hmm.
I
just hope one of these 2 title fights doesn't go all 5 rounds. We need to have something crazy happen. Because I could see Jan and Sterling going 5 rounds just because they're both very technical and don't take too many risks.
Listen, Josh, I've said this before. I'm here to see people go to sleep, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to root for my heart that somebody's, nighty-night, a little melatonin in the glove.
I hope so.
Yeah, why not? Josh, this is where I said I was going to mix it up a little bit because I want to get into the NCAA tournament. Okay. And here's the thing. Only because I kind of want to complain a little bit.
I was confused. I was like, Connie wants to go to college?
Like, well, yeah, see, I can listen. This has been known on the show. You can fight me all you want. I'm good on college. I'm good. I'll watch them when they get to the pros. College, listen, I'll take a nap before I watch the game. Now, I did watch the last minute and 30 seconds of the Duke UNC game. But other than that, you couldn't pay me. College football, college basketball, I'm good.
Yeah, I love that stuff, man.
See, Lily says you hate college basketball. It's so much better than the NBA. Lily, see, here's the thing. NBA, 3rd sport by a mile. I
think I don't even know really anymore what I like to watch more, NBA or college, just because college is so fun to watch, but NBA, they're just so good. Like, see, everybody is
I
good.
really do think it's because I'm from New York, bro.
Could be.
There's just nothing here. Like, what am I supposed to – like, Syracuse? Yeah, I could. Especially for college basketball. They're usually valid.
Well, I was thinking of, like, UMass and stuff like that, but that's not even you either. So
I've got the Big East tourney. I'm
Big East tourney. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, we got teams over here now.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not from a, I can't root for a Duke, a UNC, or a Kentucky. One of these like St. Peter's. I was there. I was with it. I was with it for a little bit. Watched their games full through. Probably the first college basketball games I've watched in a long time full through. Now I regret watching the one that they lost because it wasn't even competitive. But Josh, the reason I want to complain a little bit. I need someone, listen, like I said, people are much smarter than me. Now, I live on the East Coast here. Josh, you're not going to have a problem with me because I stay up late no matter what. Why is the national championship game starting at 9:30, bro?
That's 8:30 for me, so it's kind of perfect for me, but I mean,
like 9:30?
They kind of, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but it does
Lily
make
said,
sense.
despite me, listen, Lily, you're not affecting me. I'm probably gonna be playing MLB The Show while the game's on. So ain't nothing sparking me.
I think they might just be trying to maximize viewership. They want to make sure everybody's off work, but at the same time, like if they really want to watch the game, they're not going to miss it. Like you could do it at 6:37 and be perfectly fine. But yeah, I don't know. And it's crazy. Like I've been since NCAA has been dying down, can't really bet on anything because I have not liked betting on since the Sweet 16, really. But I've been betting on NBA more. Tell me why college has more media timeouts than the NBA. Like they have the NCAA has an under 16 timeout, so you only get 4 minutes of game time before there's not even a team calling timeout. It's just the NCAA like, hey, gotta pay these bills,
Gotta
like,
pay that tuition somehow.
Yeah, but the NBA, like there was like 3 minutes left in the first quarter before the first media break came out. I was like, that's great. I didn't even notice that.
Marketability of March Madness is higher, says Lily.
Yeah, but it's been all season though. Like I just don't get it. It's definitely been more media timeouts with the tournament, but there's always been a 16-minute media timeout, and I don't get that. That's just stupid timing.
Listen, you're gonna notice it more than me. But how do we, because I'm kind of in this territory with the Yankees Red Sox for a reason. And let me full circle this real quick. Because everybody was talking about, and Greeny on ESPN said it and kind of caught some flack for it, that if UNC beat Duke, that the rivalry was over, like blah blah blah. First of all, you're bugging. The rivalry is never. Oh no, Josh, don't give me that look.
The rivalry's not over, but Duke can't have an argument.
See, Josh. But here's my thing. This is where this is that full circle thing I was just talking about. Yankee fans, whenever somebody wants to say something, our ultimate excuses, bro. We got 27 championships. Shut your dumb ass up. I don't even care what you say.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Red Sox came back, only team I think in any professional sport, to beat the Yankees from a 3-0 deficit in 2004.
Mm.
So then you kind of go with like you have 27, and then it's like, oh yeah, but what about 04? And then you're like, well, we have 27, and then you're like, well, what about 04? So
I think it's way more one-sided with UNC and Duke now. I just think Coach K is the best thing that ever happened to Duke. I'm pretty sure there are wins against each other. I think after UNC just won, I think it's exactly 50 wins for each team. I could be wrong about that. Someone could have got the edge there. But, I mean, to this last home game, UNC gets them. And then his last game ever, UNC gets them. Yeah, like Duke fans don't have an art. They can be like, hey, we beat you back in 96 in the tournament. Like, yeah, we ended your coach's career twice. Like, the best thing that ever happened to you couldn't beat us. So, sorry about it. Like, I just think they have the ultimate upper hand now. Still a rivalry, though.
That's the thing, though. It's not over.
Coach K, Coach K is going to be the best thing that ever happened. Like, obviously, they're still going to get great recruits because they've built that culture there. Still going to be a rivalry, but it's going to take a lot. Like, Duke has to beat UNC, like, in the national championship to even, like, get a leg up again.
But I feel like if the same thing happens next year, you're even again.
Not because Coach K's gone. So, like, if you beat them.
Yeah, but then Duke could be like, look, we didn't even need Coach K to beat you. The best thing that ever happened to us, we didn't even need him.
They could definitely start an argument again, but I just don't think it's winnable for Duke fans to be like, well, we beat you this time. Like, no, we sent your coach home for the final time. You hear these motorcycles, dude? I'm tired of it.
I do hear the motorcycles.
All night, too, bro. I'm tired of it. I hate him.
See,
but he's big, so I don't want to say
nothing.
nothing.
I think this is the end of the rivalry. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a big dent to me because, like I said, that's kind of the like gotcha bitch moment of like that rivalry where it's like we ruined his homecoming or like his last home game and we ended his career too. Like that's your little gotcha. But like,
yeah, you're right. I mean, rivalries are always like Lakers had Kobe and Shaq. Now the Celtics are way up. Like it's always gonna change over time because it's a rivalry. But I just think it's gonna take a lot for Duke to get back even.
Because like now like I said, this rivalry doesn't mean as much to me because it's whatever. But like, do you know how funny it would be for UNC to ride this high and then next year if Duke and them met again, that Duke won Because then all of a sudden you can be like, yeah, well, we ended your coach's career twice. Then you can be like, we beat you with the best coach of all time.
Right. Right.
And I
No,
feel like that's right back. That's another zinger.
it's definitely a rebuttal, but I don't think it's like having the best joke of all time, and then he's like, "Yeah, well, you stink." Like it's
So
just
you're saying it's one of those I'm made of rubber, you're made of glue situations. Anything you
yeah.
say bounces off of me and sticks to you, huh?
Yeah, yes, I think for the time being, for at least a couple years. Now, if they, like they knock out UNC next year, they knock them out again, or they UNC just can't beat them for a couple seasons, then I think it's like you ended our coach's career, and now you suck. Like you took everything out of your program to do that. So I think then something like that could work, but I don't know. Coach KB and Dunzo because UNC, like that's just
Yeah, it's
poetry.
definitely
Couldn't
not. It's
couldn't write that.
definitely not what you want if you're a Duke fan.
No. Love how that
Or
works.
I mean, if you're a Duke fan, you have to pray that Kansas beats them tonight. Have to, because then you can at least take some solace and be like, you did all that just to lose.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
that's that Thanos
Yeah.
moment. All your failures, and you let it right back to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like
think,
that's you beat us, you did that, and you
well,
still
let's just
freaking
make
out.
our picks. I know you're not huge on college. I don't know if you watched the Kansas game or just the
Not
Duke
even a
game.
single moment of it.
All right. Well, so who are you going to go with? Just not knowing.
I'm going to go with Kansas
You're going to go with Kansas? Well,
because they smacked up Villanova, right? They played Villanova, right?
they did play Villanova.
Pretty well. I've heard from people that they've been the best team in the tourney, and I think UNC is gonna ride that high, and then they're gonna maybe not crash, but you know a little lull here, and it's a bad time to have a lull in a championship game. Matt says UNC to the moon, by the way.
Yeah, I'm taking UNC all the way. I agree. Kansas is probably the better team. I think overall they're just built to win a championship. They're very well rounded, and they kind of run a little bit deeper than UNC before the Baylor game. After that Baylor game, UNC had no choice because Brady Manick got tossed. Uh, another Caleb Love fouled out, and they blow a 25-point lead, have to go to OT. And so then they pull it out with a bunch of guys who averaging 5 minutes a game. So now I think they kind of trust themselves as a team more than just a starting five. And I mean, I said it after the round of 32. I said the two best teams in this tournament. I said Purdue. I was dead wrong about that because St. Peter smacked them in the mouth. And then I said UNC was the second best team. And here they are. So I kind of have to ride with them. I think it's going to be very close, though. I think it's going to be last couple possessions are going to decide this game, possibly overtime. But I just trust Caleb Love, Armando Bacot, and RJ Davis way more than I do. I mean, Obaje for Kansas is very good. Lots of future. You say you wait for them to get the NBA. There's a couple guys in this game that you're going to be seeing on the NBA courts, hopefully. But yeah, I'm going UNC. I don't know score. I'll go 75-71 UNC.
75-71. We got Tyrell, UNC 68-64.
Yeah.
Matt's got UNC. I'm riding the Kansas train alone.
You're not wrong. I mean, it's literally a toss-up for me. I wouldn't be shocked if it goes either way. I would be shocked if there's a blowout, though. I would be very shocked then.
I got a nice 70-60 Kansas game. Feeling it. Okay. Feeling it. Why not? Let's see. Willie said it doesn't matter if they move on from a coach or player. It always comes back to full strength. That's what's special and fun about college basketball. There are some players who are good for college, and their whole career is there.
That is very true. Lots of players like that. But I think on the coach's standpoint, what Coach K has done is
that's hard to
It's Larry Brown type level. It's all time. He's one of the best coaches to ever coach basketball. I think she's right though. When it comes to college, you move. He's gone, we move. Like that's just how it kind of goes. But I think Coach K
has run this man already. Where's he coaching now?
Oh shoot. Where did he? He left? No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is he a head coach or is he joining the staff?
No, he's a head coach.
Really? Oh, it might be LSU because they fired.
No, it's where he played in college.
Played in college. Louisville? No, he's not. Yeah, no. I think it might be Louisville.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't.
It wasn't
one of those. It wasn't one of those crazy
I
School.
saw that one of Duke's assistants just left for Louisville. That's who it is. Nolan Smith left to join Louisville staff.
Shaheem Holloway is now. Hold on. Seton Hall. There we go.
Ooh, I was about to say, like, if he left St. Peter's for a job that's not huge, that's crazy. But Seton Hall, very good program. I like that a lot.
All right. See, look, we even did some college stuff. I even, threw some things in there because, that's how you fake it till you make it, people.
One of the names I'm very proud, though, that I've learned how to say, he plays for the Bucks currently, was at Seton Hall. Don't know how to say his first name, but Mamu Kalajvile.
Oh.
And if you saw how it was spelled, you'd be like, wow, that's a crazy name. But he's a dog. He plays for the Bucks now, but he was a beast at Seton Hall. When I was tweeting about him, I just had to tweet out his jersey number. I was like, yo, 32 killing it. That's all I could say.
He said 32 is killing it.
Couldn't type out that name. It's like 15 letters, bro. Can't do it.
Josh, you want to give out some NBA awards?
I do, because I think this year it's tough for a couple of these awards.
All right. Let's give some out because, Josh, we can start with did we start with the big one or did we go small first? Do we work our way up to the MVP? What are we thinking here?
No, I think we just started off with the MVP.
Started off with the big old MVP, huh?
Yeah.
Now, Josh, do you want the betting favorites before we do this, or do you just want to give yours?
I don't know. I only know the betting favorites for Defensive Player of the Year, so I want to hear the MVP betting.
All right, let's go to NBA award odds. Currently, Mr. Nikola Jokic is a minus 300 to win the MVP. Favorite, Joel Embiid plus 230, followed by Mr. Antetokounmpo at 550.
I think those odds are exactly where they should be because my MVP is Nikola Jokic. I get that Joel Embiid, all season has been killing it, but so is Jokic, and he's been doing it with a lot less help over there in Denver because we were talking about it like last week when we were saying we actually did who's better, Jokic or Embiid, and we both picked Jokic because I think his impact and his versatility on the offensive end is bar none. Like no one can really say they can do what he does at his size. We've never seen it. Averaging 26, 13, and 8. Like that's ridiculous for a center. Like 26 and 13 for a center, like, yeah, okay, but 8 assists from your center. He's running the point. On 58, 33, and 81 shooting splits too, which is really nice when you have the ball in your hand every possession as a center. I just think, I think I'd understand if Joel won it, but everyone talks about winning, having a big impact on MVP and all that. And I think when you look at it that way, you have to be like, hey, if he's not on that team, are they still winning? I don't think Philly is. I think Philly might be a playing team. Right now, if they didn't have Joel, could be falling out of the playoff team. They wouldn't be good, but they wouldn't be as bad as Denver would be right now without Nikola Jokic. They might be fighting for that number 1 pick if Jokic isn't in Denver. Their second leading scorer, love Will Barton, but he's their second leading scorer. That's crazy to be in their situation.
Perry says defensive stats for Jokic too. It's Jokic or Giannis for me, honestly, but Embiid right there. The race is just so stacked this year. And honestly, I'm there too. I think it's between Giannis and Jokic for me. I just looking up Giannis' stats right now.
Ridiculous.
He's averaging 30.1 on 55% shooting, 11 rebounds a game and 5 assists, and a steal and a block.
That's crazy.
Like, what are we doing here? And don't get me wrong. You'll go over to Jokic and it's 26 on 58%, and casually also shooting 33% from 3. 13 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, and then basically a block 0.9. So, do those 4 more points do something for Jokic or for Embiid? No, geez, I can't. I literally named everybody but the player I wanted to. Giannis, it should in my eyes. But here's the thing, and we kind of talked about this last week as well. I feel like we're at the point where it's like, we got to give it to somebody else. Mm-hmm. And I know that they gave it to Jokic last year instead of Giannis, and I think we're also getting to the point, like I said, where you could start giving it to Giannis every year and being like, okay, he's literally like an unbelievable player that you wouldn't really be mad about it. But I mean, yeah, for what Jokic is doing, he just doesn't have the players around him. Like Porter hurt. Jamal Murray obviously hasn't played. Didn't Aaron Gordon miss some time as well? I thought.
Yeah, and he stinks. He stinks too.
And I mean, 26, 13, and 8 from your center?
Crazy.
The eight assists is ridiculous to me.
Yeah,
Like that's a crazy
insane,
amount of assists in my eyes.
And they're so like watching him play is just so fun. Just so fun to watch because he should not be doing any of that. It's like he's not. It's not even like he's some crazy athlete either. It's not like he's running the floor to get these assists. They're all in half court offense. Like they're all him with the ball creating space. It's crazy. He's almost unguardable. Like it's insane.
Josh, you know what else is crazy? We only got 100 hearts on Colorcast right now. Listen, people, I know you're loving what you're hearing. Let's get the hearts up a little bit, okay? You know, I think that would be look at that. Immediately, I say that the hearts start going up. See, this is why I love the Colorcast audience. Big fan of you guys. Big fan. Love all the interaction in the Colorcast too. Always makes the show a lot easier when there's comments. Let me tell you something.
Oh yeah.
So we're both don't look at here, huh?
Yeah, I'm going Jokic, but don't look at the defensive player odds yet because I want you to guess who's the favorite to win it right now.
You know, I low-key feel like I know this.
You might have seen it somewhere.
I think I saw only because of Mark. Is it Marcus Smart?
Yeah, Marcus Smart is a favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year. And I love it. I'm picking him. And the only reason I'm picking him is because I think this season it's very tough to use games played to hurt somebody with this crazy COVID rules at the beginning of the year. Like guys were missing 8 to 12 games just because they were on the same block as somebody that had COVID. Like it was very tough for some guys. I think I'm using games played here though. I think Bam would be Defensive Player of the Year, but he's only played 54 games.
Yeah.
If the gap was closer, Marcus Smart's played 68 games. That's a 14-game gap. And Marcus Smart's impact on the Celtics, I think, is much bigger because when you look at Miami and their defenders, you got Jimmy and you got PJ with them too. So it's not like he's out there saving everybody's ass. Marcus Smart has basically been doing that with the time Robert Williams has been missing throughout the year. So I think it's crazy because I'm not giving it to Gobert. Gobert can fuck off. He's great in the paint, but you switch him one time, it's a mismatch. Like it's over. So I think Marcus Smart deserves it.
Now, I admittedly haven't watched a crazy amount of Celtic games, even though I obviously know that they're on TV a lot. But I mean, he's always kind of been known as that pesty guy. I feel like this is disrespectful to say, but can I say a much better version of Pat Bev?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like,
I think that's
like
a good way to word it.
You know, much better version, like I said, much better. Not, Pat Bev, aka Russell Westbrook, said just running around making it seem like he's doing things.
I'm starting to like Pat Bev though. I really like him in Minnesota.
I've never really hated him.
I hated him when he did that to Westbrook.
No, I was gonna say when he did that to Russ, I could have 1v1 street fight.
It's been about
would have lost
6 years. 6 years into that now, so more than that. So it's kind of doesn't make me as mad anymore, and I really like him in Minnesota. I love him over there.
But yeah, Smart seems about right. Like you said, I think it would be much closer if Bam actually played. But we know how some of that went. I love Pat's game, but that CP3 push was soft. I don't even remember what it was.
I was watching. Yeah, it was in the playoffs right when the timeout was called. They were both walking away from each other. Pat Bev turned around, ran at him, pushed him in the back. And I was actually watching JJ Redick's podcast. So I love that NBA players are starting to do, just former athletes in general.
You know what, Josh? It's funny you say that because when we get to our little break, I'm going to bring up a podcast that about that's right there with you.
Yeah, but he was talking on there, and JJ asked him about it, and he was like, Chris Paul, man, like he just pisses you off the whole game. Like he was like, it was no ill intent or nothing, but that's just Chris pisses you off. And JJ's like, yeah, I was his teammate, and I felt the same way. So I get it. Chris Paul's like that. He'll piss you off, get in your head. So Pat Bev doesn't back down. We all know that. So he went and pushed him.
You know
Still a
what?
dirty move. I agree. It was dirty and unnecessary.
Lily said my podcast. Hey, you know, Lily, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Um, of course, I don't enjoy anything as much as my podcast. See, I can't say this podcast, Josh, because if I say this one, then the other two people get hurt. That I said this one, so I gotta listen. I'm playing real delegator here. I think all
I
three of those
wouldn't.
shows
Out of your three
fantastic.
shows, man, I think we're probably second. I just can't put Mike anywhere under outside of one. He's
Honestly,
just so
Josh,
nice
I
to me.
think
He's so
I
nice.
think I think that my three shows are the best that we offer on Unwrapped. I'm just throwing it out there. There's one common denominator. There is a common denominator in those three shows. I mean, I just had to throw it out. We go to the NBA Rookie of the Year, Josh. You want to give? Who do you think? What do you think the top three are here?
Yeah, this is the toughest award I think currently to
See,
give out.
on these odds, it's not looking too tough.
I know because it's been Evan Mobley the entire year.
This is
That's what
minus
everybody's
330.
saying. It's always been Evan Mobley, but I'm not giving it to him.
Okay.
He's averaging 15, 8, and 2. Like 1.5 blocks a game, a steal. Amazing numbers. Played 67 games, so he didn't miss too much time. Uh, he's been a beast. Another guy I think is in that conversation who was kind of left out of it because he missed time early. The number one overall pick, Cade Cunningham. I think
Plus 700, he's third.
Yeah, I really like what Cade's been doing. 17, 5 and 5 in 62 games. I think he's so good. I can't wait for it. That team, the Pistons are going to be a problem in the future, man. Because I remember when the trade deadline was going, I was like, Thunder, please trade for a big man. One of these young big men are out there. Guess what the Pistons did? Went and got Marvin Bagley, been averaging like 18 and 8 for him. Like just gave up basically nothing for him. Like we could have done that. We could have. But that's another story. But Cade, I think will finish probably third. I think that's probably where he belongs. I don't think he'll be above Mobley, but I think Scotty Barnes is Rookie of the Year.
Number
I
two.
think
He's at
I
plus
think
225.
he's been, and I love Josh Giddey. Love Josh Giddey.
Plus
Absolutely
1,000, by the way.
love Josh Giddey. But on draft night, I was very upset when the Raptors, who are ahead of us, took Scotty Barnes. I was a little upset about that. But I never said anything bad about Josh Giddey. Everybody knows that. And Scotty Barnes has played 70 games
That's a lie.
this season. So I don't think games played matters too much, but Scotty does have the most. 15, 7 and 3, 1 steal and a block a game. He's so good. He's very underrated. They basically run positionless basketball in Toronto. They don't have a center. It's Siakam, Anunoby, and Scotty Barnes just play the bigs, and I love it. They're a fun team to watch. To me, he's a Rookie of the Year. I just think he's been the best rookie this year, the most consistent. I'm giving it to Scotty, but I have no problem with people giving it to Mobley. His start to the year was insane.
Not gonna lie, this is an award I'm gonna have to sit out. Gonna have to sit this one out.
And the reason Cade's not really up there too is because Mobley and Barnes have been a very impactful part of 2 playoff teams. Like I don't blame Cade for the Pistons not being in the playoffs. They're not there yet. They're very young. Still a lot of moving pieces there. I was watching actually Piston games the other day. They said Killian Hayes, who was their first round pick the year before, is the longest tenured player on that team, and he's like 20 years old. Longest tenured player there.
Nah, that's out of pocket.
Yeah, so they got a lot of stuff to do there. It's not Cade's fault they're bad, but Scotty Barnes and Mobley are on 2 playoff teams, and they're a big reason they're in that situation. So I think it'll come down to those two. Have no problem with Mobley getting it, but I'm going Scotty Barnes.
You know what?
If Josh Giddey was healthy, he wins it. Just saying.
I'll pick Mobley just because you guys are hating on him. No, I'm kidding. Not hating. But I'll pick him just
disrespecting.
Just so I can accidentally be right if I am. I don't know. This one's really not worth talking about. And
I know it's not.
That would be the 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
Was Tyler Hero is minus 20,000.
It's
20,000.
It's pretty odd. It's just I was looking at the numbers earlier, and like Tyler's averaging like 20 points a game. I had to scroll, wait for load, scroll, wait for load, scroll, wait for load for another like 6 man who's like really up there to be at like on his level, and there's no one that's been performing off the bench the way Tyler Hero
Yeah,
has.
Kelly Oubre has the next best odds and is plus 6,500.
Yeah.
So, like we said, not really worth talking about. We know who the sixth man of the year is this year. We went over the defensive player of the year. Most improved player, listen, in my eyes, another one not really worth talking about is Ja by 16 miles.
But there is a guy who needs to be like, because it's been Ja since day one. Obviously, his numbers and the way he's, took off. But I think if Ja didn't do that, the other guy that runs away with it is Darius Garland. I think
He is second. He's plus 600, but
yeah, he's not going to win it, no chance, because of what Ja's been doing. But Darius Garland improved his points by 4, 2 more assists a game, extra rebound a game, and he's shooting better while taking more shots. And he's got the Cavs. He's the best player in Cleveland on the playoff team. And last year it was kind of tough for him because was it going to be Sexton? Is this Garland's team, whose team really is it? With Sexton getting injured, Garland really took over. This is his team now, so I think obviously Ja's going to run away with it, but Darius Garland is very good, very much improved. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Ja's just having one of those.
Insane.
I mean, he was the MVP for a little bit.
Yeah, he's probably still like top 6 in voting. So that's like crazy.
So, I mean, if you're going to be that high on the MVP at one point, I'm pretty sure you got a most improved player in the bag. Josh, here's one that, I got a little disagreement with because it seems like it's a lock. And don't get me wrong, I kind of understand it. Not even kind of, I do. But I still think it's wrong. The coach of the year, minus 2,000 is Monty Williams, of course, of the Phoenix Suns. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. Probably, not probably. Best team in the NBA this year. I think they have the best record out of anybody. They've been unbelievable. Even with CP3 out, they've still kept it moving along. He's a favorite to win. But I think I would not give it to him. And I would give it
either
to Taylor Jenkins of Memphis.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree
more. See? Like, here's the thing, right? The Suns went to the finals last year. Like, everybody remembers that. They were kind of in the finals. They lost, but they were there. Same team they bring back. You got CP3, you got Devin Booker, you got another year Ayton. Now, listen, maybe it's because I'm a casual basketball fan. Did we see this coming from Memphis?
Hell no.
Because I'm still lost. I mean, I called Dora and everything to find the map as to where Memphis came from.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And I, like you said, you get it. Best record in the league, number 1 seed, Monty Williams. That's just how it goes. I'm pretty sure. I think who won it last year? Quinn Snyder with the Jazz. Did he win it when they had did they even have the 1 seed? Yeah, because it was probably just the 1 seed. But like Taylor Jenkins deserves it just on the sole fact, and this is obviously it's a team effort. It's the whole team there. But you could argue Memphis is better when Ja doesn't play. Like that's
20-9 or something.
They're like insane when Ja doesn't play. They're so good. And like you said, no one saw this really coming. And they're top seed and they're playing really well team basketball. And Taylor Jenkins has kind of been doing this since he got there. He's kind of been really, really turning this franchise around. So I get it. Monty's going to win it. Well deserved if he didn't get it last year because I don't think he did. But yeah, I think Taylor Jenkins deserves it, and I think if he doesn't get this one, Memphis is bound to get a 1 seed 1 year. So he'll probably get his one day.
It would be really cool if I could actually find an actual website that would just tell me who won everything.
I think it was Quinn Snyder.
Oh no, it was Mike Tommy.
Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, Mr. Good old Tibbs.
See, but that's another reason Taylor Jenkins should get it. If you're going to give it to Tibbs last year because the team comes out of nowhere to win it, you can't just go in the exact opposite direction this year.
And what do we know what the record of the Grizzlies is right now?
I do not. I think
the Knicks went 41-31. They're better than 41-31, right?
Yeah, they're above that for sure. For sure.
I'm just saying.
Gonna look that up right now.
I think you should win it. All right, that's all of our NBA awards. Look, there you go. Now, we picked a lot of favorites, so you might not make any money on it, but hey, if you want to, maybe if you're a millionaire or something, you can bet a casual $20,000.
55-23.
Yeah, see?
7 games behind the Suns. Like, that's ridiculous.
No, yeah, you got to give it to him. You have to.
Yeah.
We'll go on from there to our all-NBA teams. How about that?
Yeah, I'll go first. Did you want to start third team or start first team?
Oh, we're doing all three, huh?
I can go through them pretty quick though, because
Yeah, you go through them. I'll see if I disagree or agree.
I'll start first team because I think first team's pretty simple. And I'm not doing the bullshit where Jokic could be a forward. I'm not doing it. Just not doing it.
Center.
Yeah, him and Embiid are both centers. Don't bend the rules. Just don't. It's never changing. Ja,
Yep.
Luca, KD,
Absolutely.
Giannis,
Absolutely.
Jokic.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Not a single one I'd change.
Second team, my point guard might be very controversial. Trae Young, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid. See, Steph and Trae are almost interchangeable for me. But I just think Trae's been unbelievable.
Yeah, so you said Steph and Trae. So we're not even in the Luka bandwagon.
Luka's my first team.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, Ja, Luka, KD.
Oh, Giannis. Okay. Never mind. I thought I didn't hear Luka. Because I always think of Luka as a point guard, not the shooting guard. So when I didn't hear him first, I was like, okay.
Okay. I have no problem if people have Steph second team over Trae. I'm just going with Trae this year because I think that Hawks team has been – both teams have kind of been dismantled. But I think Trae's been the only reason the Hawks aren't, fighting for play-in right now. So I'm just going to give it to him over it. Like I said, no problem. Third team, Steph obviously makes that team. Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
And this guy classifies as a forward this year. I don't know why. Zach LaVine. So if they're going to let me put him as forward, I'll put him there and then LeBron, because the drop-off after LeBron, not really drop-off. It's just like the other forwards after LeBron, it's like Pascal Siakam. I'm not putting Pascal Siakam on the All-NBA team this year. I'm just not. So fair. LeBron kind of gets there, might get the scoring title. Team sucks. If there was another forward that popped off this year, like if Miles Bridges was still averaging 25 like he did earlier in the year, LeBron doesn't make this list just due to the fact that the team stinks and he hasn't played a ton of games. But he just makes it because kind of no one else to fit there. And then I think the center is pretty easy. It goes Jokic and Embiid, and then it's Cat. I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns is very good, so he's
Cat's
13.
Cat's a different animal. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? No, I agree with those. I'll accept them for sure.
I just think the other guards. I just think Donovan Mitchell's been so good. Like I can't really think of too many other guards. Like you can't. I can't put Harden there. I can't put James Harden.
No. If Harden makes it, you lost me.
Yeah, I can't put him there. I don't think Middleton's had a better season than Donovan Mitchell. I just don't think he has. Chris Paul's missed way too much time for me to put him there over Donovan.
Also true.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown's been up and down all year. I think Donovan's more consistent. I just think out of the guards, he's had the best year.
You're right. Josh, before we get to our little game here that we always like to play. Listen, I titled this could just be me hating, possibly. The title of the show is No Lake Show or LakeNOshow, I should say. It doesn't even look like they're going to make the playoffs.
No, they're dead. I almost put play-in predictions because the Lakers were dead, but the other teams could kind of move from 7 to 8 and stuff. But the Lakers are dead, man. They are dead.
You remember all those memes talking about who's going to beat this team in a 7-game series?
But I
everybody.
Yeah, everybody. But I don't like that. Like it's definitely a conversation to be had, but this is not the most disappointing team of all time. This is not.
Of all time, nah, probably not.
I think there's another team this year. I think the Nets with KD, Kyrie, and Harden are. You only played 16. At least, well, not all time, but at least the Lakers played the games. At least the players were there. 16 games.
But that's why to me the Lakers are more disappointing than the Nets because they had their players. The Nets didn't.
That's even more disappointing.
No, because I think it's more disappointing when you have your players and still can't even win.
But when you did, they blew everything up. They blew everything up after 16 games. That's the most disappointing thing. You didn't even get a chance. We didn't even get to see it.
Well, that's a Harden thing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's the most imagine that team if they actually wanted to play together and were healthy.
Oh, no. If you want to talk about
because I think Kobe.
Here's the thing. I look at that net team of KD, Kyrie, Harden as like a what if. I don't look at them as disappointing. I look at it more of a what if.
Isn't that also disappointing that it has to be a what if because it was there?
I mean, yeah, you can.
The
I think we're
opportunity was
arguing
there.
semantics,
I
but
agree. I do. I agree. We are
but
arguing
like disappointment. What if? Same thing,
yeah.
almost.
But it's crazy that people think this is the most disappointing team of all time. There have been many teams put together.
I think the first LeBron Miami team was more disappointing. They went to
Yeah.
the finals. They
Well,
got clipped.
I mean, got 2 rings. So
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, of course, different team though. I don't think they brought every single person back.
still the big. I think it's not the whole roster. I think it just matters the main guys.
Maybe not team, disappointing years.
Yeah. That 2011 year probably the most disappointing season from a team and probably the most disappointing season from a superstar ever. I mean, LeBron averaged like 11 in the finals, which is I mean, he's about to become the leading scorer of all time and he averaged 11 in the finals.
It's a tough life.
Yeah, biggest meltdown ever. But I definitely think there are more failed experiments. Paul Pierce and KG going to the Nets, looking at what they gave up for him.
That was just.
I mean, that's insane. Kobe, Nash, and Dwight. That's just a huge failure. But that's kind of related to the Nets. They weren't all healthy at the same time. Really, Nash was 40 years old.
Yeah.
Did you know they gave up 2 firsts for Steve Nash?
I mean, what are we doing?
2 firsts. But yeah, Lakers, they're dead. They're dead.
I'm not mad about it either. Let's get to the little game that we have. Because Josh comes up with these little things, and I like it. It's very entertaining.
I only have 3, and it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
We'll see what we're dealing with here, huh?
We're gonna take a current player.
Okay.
Then we're gonna take a non-current player.
Okay.
And you're gonna tell me, knowing what you know about this player up to this point, and about that player's career, who would you rather have like draft day? Like you have a number 1 pick. These are 2 best prospects there. Jason Tatum.
Okay. Oh.
Tracy McGrady.
I think I would take Tatum.
I'm taking McGrady.
I mean, because how old is
Tatum's like 19.
That's
I hate that joke. I don't know why I said that. I hate that joke. It's so old.
Ben Simmons is the rookie of the year. I don't know. I feel like he's been very good. I feel like he's been very good this season, and I think he can continue to get better. Like, what he's got to be like 26.
Yeah,
your prime is probably from like. Usually, your prime in sports is like 28 to 32.
Mm-hmm. Tatum might go 26 to 36. Like he's
so like. And am I bugging or Tracy had a little injury history here and there?
Tracy did, but I think they were both basically drafted the same age. T-Mac came straight out of high school, so he was a little bit younger. And I think T-Mac kind of did it to himself. He wanted to be the man, so he left Toronto with Vince and went to Orlando to be by himself, where he's averaging 40 minutes a game and being the only guy on the court.
So look, now you got Tatum the team player instead. See, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think if Tracy had a different career, because another thing with podcasts, I was watching the Big Podcast with Spice Adams and Shaq. Tracy McGrady was actually on there. And he was saying, like, his first year in Toronto, he'd play 35 minutes, start for 6 straight games, and then he wouldn't see the court for 4 straight games. Like, the coach was fucking with him, and he hated it. And that can, I mean, he's 18. That can. No,
that's gotta piss you off.
Yeah, that can mentally ruin a player. I don't know. I think T-Mac's one of the top 5 scorers of all time. Like when you're just talking from a skill set standpoint, what he can do. I think T-Mac's one of the best scorers this game's ever seen. I don't have a problem with you taking Tatum. I think it's not the wrong answer. But I'm just, if I could restart both their careers, I would take Tracy every time.
I think I just made Mark shed a tear, by the way, with me picking that. He's probably so proud right now.
Yeah, I'm going T-Mac. This one, I only got 3 of them, so it's the second one. This one, it could be hit or miss. Could be a very quick conversation, and I might have to fight for the harder side. Giannis.
Okay.
Or Dirk.
Oh, brother. I feel like it's so different. Like, what do you want from your big man? Do you want to stretch the floor, or do you just want an absolute bull?
Mm-hmm.
But I would go with Giannis because I think he can turn in to not Dirk level shooting,
Right.
but like, because what would you say for a big man? Dirk was a great shooter, right?
Probably the best big man shooter to ever.
So I think Giannis can go at above average to average.
I agree. I
Shooting.
mean, that
And
step
like
back
I
three,
said, I mean, if the man can Euro step from the goddamn 3-point line, I'm good.
and his confidence from three is that. Did you see his step back three against the Nets?
I was just about to say that
God,
bucket, and then hits the clutch free throws too, which had been a problem for him. Not anymore. He said, "No, I got this."
And I think, like, I'll try to make the argument for Dirk. I think because the things you normally argue for Dirk against other all-time players, loyalty and consistency. Like those are the two things you normally argue, but that's Giannis too. So you can't really apply it.
I think
this
I also
conversation.
think Giannis is a much better defender.
I agree. But the argument for Dirk, really, I think like healthy consistency for me. Not like Giannis has had problems forever, but he's earlier in his career. And I also think early years of Dirk were much better than Giannis. Like this is the same thing for Tatum and T-Mac. This is draft day, like the day you draft them. It took Giannis like 4 to 5 years to really become Giannis. Dirk, it only took like around 2 years before he started becoming Dirk.
But god damn it, when he became Giannis,
When he became Giannis, I'd pick Giannis too, but I'm just trying to. It's hard to find the argument for Dirk, and it shouldn't be hard because he's one of the best players to ever do it.
Unbelievable.
Because they're different but the same. Like it's tough.
Like I said, I think it depends on what you want for your big man. Like if you want somebody who's going to stretch the floor 100%,
right,
then you go with Dirk, obviously. But I think if you want the better player, you would go with you. I think Giannis is going to be better than Dirk by the time everything finishes. I mean,
right, because
we're talking about a back-to-back MVP, finals MVP, defensive player of the year. I mean, like I said, he's not going to win the MVP this year, averaging 30, 13, 5, a steal and a block on 55% shooting.
Now let me phrase it this way. Not from draft day. We'll do draft day. What about Tim Duncan? It's a whole nother level.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about a top 10 player of all time.
But can't you see Giannis becoming
No,
that,
but here's the thing. I can, but like I can't guarantee health for Giannis all the time. That's like true. I feel like I would take Tim Duncan because I already know what he did, and I can take his career instead of taking Giannis and being like, okay. And I know that's kind of counter arguing because I can say the same thing about Dirk.
Right, right. But there's a gap between Tim and Dirk.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's kind of like asking, would you want Magic or
Jason Kidd?
Like, or like Isaiah Thomas. Like Isaiah Thomas very good, but like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean,
I think the only argument Giannis really has is like he's doing it with not the Spurs. Like, could you imagine Giannis's entire career with Greg Popovich? Good night. Like, see you in 20 years after 10 titles. I mean, Tim Duncan, one, like you said, top 10 player of all time. But I don't know.
I understand. Like, I could very easily see Giannis being like a top 5 player ever.
Yeah, like, I mean, the stretch he's on right now, I don't know, I'd probably still lean Tim, but I don't know. It's tough not to take what Giannis can be already. That's like crazy saying that 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, champion, and like what can he be? Like,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Last one. I think this one's tough. Ja Morant, Steve Nash. Tough because Ja's only in his 3rd year. Yeah. Very tough.
Nash could shoot.
Mm-hmm. One of the best passers of all time.
I was going to say a much better passer. Mm-hmm. I mean, Ja obviously has the explosive. I think I think this is also like an error question too. Because I feel like if I'm playing right now, I think I might pick Ja. Like back then,
I think the exact opposite.
Oh, do you?
I think right now, like if I got to like if it was the 2022 draft and these were the two players, I think then I'd have to take Steve Nash. I think he only averaged like 3 threes a game, like shooting wise, not made, just shooting. Like that's how many he took a game. Could you imagine? Steve Nash, one of the best shooters ever, and he was taking 3 threes. Like
Yeah.
his numbers would be insane. But I think since we're not doing that, we're just saying kind of like this is any era. This is just like they're both there. I think I might roll the dice with Ja. I think I might.
So I also don't want to be that guy that like lives in the moment, and I literally end up taking all 3 of the current players over the legends. But like that's my thing too. Like I feel like Steve Nash is achievable.
Right.
Like you're not asking me Magic Johnson, like I said, or like Steph, who's going to go down as maybe the best or second best. Like I think I would roll with Ja too because it's achievable.
2-time MVP, the consistency he had out there, his numbers. I mean, I don't know where he ranks in assists, but it's got to be like top 5, top 6 kind of. I mean, I think I don't know. I'd roll the dice with Ja. I think. I don't know. It's tough though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think you could really go that wrong in any of these, by the way. So,
nah. It was tough to make these because I'm thinking like Jason Tatum. Like, who's a player that was like Tatum level, but not so much better that it's an easy one?
Yeah,
like, that one's tough.
We'll get into our break real quick. We had the premiere of Moon. Actually, no, let me not go there. Let's get the worst out of the way first because apparently Morbius is terrible and the end scene also is awful. I haven't seen it. I don't know if you've seen it. You haven't either. So I guess I can't really have an opinion on it till I go see it if I actually do. But yeah, I've heard, in the group chat, some people say it's pretty bad. Christian said it was mid.
Yeah, and I'd probably listen to Christian's opinion just because I know that he watches all this stuff. Like he's into it the same way we are. I'm not saying that other members of Unwrapped are. I just don't know 100%. So
yeah,
the main thing I've heard is that a lot of the things that were like in the teasers and in the trailers aren't even in the movie. Like that is kind of completely different.
See, I saw something that said like the trailer gave away the plot.
Really? Because I mean that's so.
Because that's why I always say like, bro, I gotta go watch it. Like, I can't be here and be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be terrible, and then like I'm.
But just the reviews, like it's got like a 13%.
Yeah, like that's just right not.
Like that's crazy.
That's usually.
I love the memes though. The memes, like someone posted the other day, they're like how they always do the box office numbers. Like Morbius has officially surpassed $4.8 billion in the box office. Like it's so successful. I just love it.
But yeah, we'll have to wait to give our opinions on Morbius until either one of us see it. Now, I know I've seen it, Josh. I'm sure you've seen it because we're kind of fiends. But Moon Knight came out, first episode. I think I'm gonna really like it. Like I said, it took me like Hawkeye took me a minute to warm up to. Like I didn't like the first like 2 episodes. I was good. This one. But by the way, they're also doing like when they said it's gonna be creepy, like. I watched it, bro. I watched it during the day, and I was still like,
same.
I was like, listen,
that elevator scene. I was like, ooh.
No, yeah, I was like, listen, why don't you calm down, okay? But I liked it. I really did. I think it's going to be a very, very good show. I'm excited to see where they go with him. And although I hate them with a burning passion, I can't wait to see him suit up now,
dude.
Because like the fact that they didn't give me a real one in the first one angers me. But I know why they did it.
Was badass, dude. That shit was so hard.
What?
The suit up scene where he's talking to himself in the mirror. Oh, that
he looks just so good.
Yeah. So
and you can tell that this is going to be such a good acting performance too.
Oh, Oscar Isaac's the best.
I mean, Oscar Isaac. I mean, wow, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Christian, we haven't seen Morbius. We were just talking about that. We seen the reviews, but we haven't, seen it yet.
I don't even really care about Morbius. I won't be excited to see it until the 19th after I've seen Batman. Like that's the only movie I'm really seeing.
Christian said it was pretty okay.
Really? I mean, I can see that. I probably won't hate it though, because we always say on the show,
that's
pretty easily entertained.
I'm very easily entertained.
Yeah, not gonna take too much.
So like, I don't know if I'm really gonna hate anything. So I don't know. He said the end credit is meh.
Yeah, it's always hit or miss with end credits, man. It's tough to get those right, especially when there's not like a whole lot going on. Like especially in a Sony movie that's not really MCU.
Yeah.
It's probably tough to get those end credits right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Moon Knight seems to be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I threw this one in there. A little WrestleMania. Listen.
Dude, that was dope.
See,
I didn't watch the whole thing though.
I watched both nights because I was home. And we have Peacock free for a year.
Hey.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch WrestleMania. Now, I've always been a wrestling fan, to be honest. Probably from like 4th grade on, I was introduced to it. Used to bring the action figures to school, get in trouble for slamming them on the desk and everything like that. I'm not as a consistent watcher as I used to be. I'll still throw it on every once in a while. Like I got it on right now watching because it's the Raw after WrestleMania, always one of the best shows of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you something, and this is also going to tie in with something that I kind of teased earlier in the show. I'm very admittedly late to the Pat McAfee train.
You're very late.
Like very late. Like I didn't really start watching the show. Like I've always liked him, and he's does fantastic. Like he is funny as shit on SmackDown, and like on all the clips I've ever seen. So like I definitely enjoy him, bro. That match that he had was fantastic.
So good, so good.
Like, and then and like it makes me happy too because like it's one of those situations that like you kind of just love to see when somebody gets to live out their dream in a way. Because like I watched like all of his WWE interviews too. Like when he interviewed Stone Cold, he interviewed The Undertaker, Vince McMahon, I watched all of
Brock
them.
Lesnar too. He's
Brock Lesnar is fantastic.
Breaks a table, man. I love
it. And like he interviewed all of them, and he always talked about being in it. And then you know how like starstruck he was to like interview Stone Cold, and they're sharing the beers at the end, and then he gets the stunner. I mean, it was really good, bro. And like I've watched so many McAfee like clips now. Like I'm in because when I get into something. No, and I'm fully invested now.
I've been watching that stuff for a long time. I love Pat McAfee, but I love like not just him, like all the guys around him too.
He's just
like all the boys. Idiot. Like it's so fun. They're so funny. Like he's so stupidly funny. It's so good.
Like,
though.
Like it's even the little things. Like he'll be like, and we'd like to welcome to the show, Vince McMahon. And like everybody claps and the things like or like when they pretend to be Stone Cold, like what?
And AJ Hawk is a part of that. Like he's on the show every day basically too. And whenever he introduces him, like he gives all his accolades. He's like,
I just saw it today. NCAA champion, Super Bowl champion.
Yeah. Oh my God. He does his intros for people are always the best. Like, yeah, he's definitely. I mean, he's so funny, dude. Like it's so stupidly funny. Because like they got the guys out there too, like Ty Schmidt. He does impressions of people. You got to look up him doing Nick Sirianni. The funniest shit.
Dude, like his stuff on like on SmackDown, bro. Like he'll like get up on the table and start dancing to people's intros and stuff. Like he's just funny as hell, bro. Yeah. And I am, like I said, admittedly late, but now I'm all aboard. Aboard.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think that's.
Damn, I'm kind of jealous of you.
Why?
Like, because you're gonna be able to see all the like so many clips. You've already probably deep dived.
I've dove in.
All for the first time. I'm jealous. I want to go back.
Like I've definitely dove into some of them. Like I watched like when he made the announcement about
FanDuel deal.
FanDuel, and like they got a little emotional about that, which was cool to see. And like all of his stupid purchases that he's made.
Like it's so funny too, because like how we say it's stupid how they do it. Like he'll say something because he knows like the rest of the show will pick it up and carry it on. Exactly. It's like disrespectful shit, and he'll be like, "All right, we can't." But what were you gonna say? Like he'll just egg it on, and it's so great.
Like that was a thing too. He was talking. I think was it? Oh, when he interviewed Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. He goes, yeah, you know, Peacock, the cock. and Randy's like, whoa. He's like, the cock is that? He's like, that's what we're calling it. And he's like, well, you know, I I said it on live, and they weren't very happy with me. But for here, it's okay. For the WWE, it's not okay. I'm just like, you're such an idiot.
He's the best, dude.
But it is so funny to watch him. So I'm excited to dive into all that. But all right, let's move on from there. Go into the NFL before we get on out of here. Just a few things to touch on, honestly. Bobby Wagner goes to the Rams. I think this is another thing, Josh. We've said it before. They're cheating, clearly.
Yeah. 50 million.
I have no idea where they found all this money, bro.
Jeez.
Like the fact their GM should absolutely be making $20 million a year.
Yeah, no question.
Because your coaching staff and everything like that obviously doesn't count towards the cap. And the way that this man has been finessing the system, he deserves $20 million a year easily.
Yeah.
No baseball. Did I miss it, Lily? Josh isn't the biggest baseball guy.
Yeah,
we don't do much baseball on this show, but I am going to give out some future bets, Lily, at the end of the show because Josh is a bettor, of course.
Yes,
I'm going to give out some of the bets I laid down in the MLB season for some over under win totals if you stick around. Because we're
almost better hit this year.
I think I've
the Yankees won last year.
Here's the thing. I even put my money on it, so I'm confident in it because I ain't betting on nothing.
But if the Yankees are on there, I'm not taking it.
The Yankees are not on it. I refuse to ruin my season this year, hoping that the Yankees win enough games.
Yeah.
Lily said 1 over under total wins, World Series, and AL MVP. I didn't bet on any of the awards because I feel like it's just like it's mad. Like last year, Vlad Guerrero and Ohtani. Like at the beginning of the year, if you told me that was the MVP, I'd be like, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, those are your first bets ever, Lily. We'll do a little Pat McAfee here, Lily. Welcome to the club. But yeah, just $5. Yeah, all right. I like it. When we get there, I need to know what you did. Unless you got a run, of course, then you can just tell us now. We'll relay it. But if you stick around, you let me know. But yeah, Bobby Wagner goes to the Rams. Like I said, they got to investigate what the Rams are doing. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I don't know where they find all this money.
They got, like you said, that guy should be making
offshore bank account somewhere.
Yeah, or he's just crazy with numbers, moving money. We'll cut this into a MVP bonus. We'll cut this into a training camp bonus.
See, that's really what it is, though, because if you look at the contract, Wagner signed like for 5 years and
50 mil or something.
He signed for 2 years.
Yeah.
If you look at he's literally signed for 2 years. After that, he's never going to see a dime.
No, it's upfront incentives after that. Like that's all you got to do because. That's crazy, dude. Like we said when we were saying where Bobby Wagner going to go, like I thought it was going to be somewhere crazy or the AFC West. I mean, the NFC. No, I said AFC West, but like it's crazy. The rich get richer. I hate it.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck off.
I have no idea how people do it. Devontae Parker goes over to my Pats.
I love that pickup for you guys. I love that.
I enjoy it because it's finally a wide receiver. They obviously still need more. I wish that they were in on some of the bigger names out there, but I'll take a Parker. Get a 5th round as well. I think we sent over a 3rd. I want to say, which isn't anything crazy.
He's very good. I think he's underrated.
Christian said, "Will the Rams sign Gilmore? NFL Twitter will riot." Listen, if they sign
it's
Gilmore,
gonna happen.
I'm literally
it's gonna happen.
I'll investigate them myself.
It's gonna happen.
I will literally investigate them myself.
That defense is disgusting if they get Gilmore. It's disgusting now, but if they get Gilmore, Jesus.
Do you just like the most hateable teams? Will, you talking to me? I'm not even a Ram fan. Or you got to be talking to Christian because, I mean, no.
Isn't Christian just strictly LA? Which is basically
exactly. LA is very hateable.
Yeah, like that's
love it. Oh, no, you are talking to me, right? Because I said I'm a Patriot fan, yeah. Yankees, Pats. Listen, I have reasons. I have my
Thunder. You're a Thunder fan though, so
I'm a Thunder fan too. They're not hateable. I'm a Ranger fan. In hockey, they're not hateable. We're a nice little young team right now.
I'm not big I like watching the Stanley Cup, but I don't really watch hockey.
Hockey playoffs are. I will say this until I die. Hockey has the best playoffs of all 4 major sports. I don't care, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I probably still don't really watch it. Well, unless the Rangers are in it, because I remember when the Rangers made their run to the Stanley Cup, I was invested. invested. But like they're in the intensity and the fact that they can just kill each other all the time.
Right.
And like, oh, I'll never forget like the overtime winner against the Capitals. I think it was Game 7. Oh, hockey players are unbelievable. Absolutely love it. I have my reasons. I'm white in the Northeast. What? What does that even mean? You're white in LA. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know
Christian
if
says things and then
that doesn't play a factor.
like Christian just says things. And it's my fault for ever acknowledging it.
Oh,
He said I'm Native American. Christian, I'm not even, I'm not even.
when they get a hold of that My Family Tree stuff, man, they'll never call me white again.
Listen, I'm literally my nan's straight off the boat. Straight off the boat. So you can't tell me that my lineage goes back to the actual Tea Party. Christian, like I said, off the boat. The only thing my lineage is going back to is fresh marinara sauce. A nice pasta. A nice
Pat
little
McAfee,
pizza.
he's big on that too.
I know. I saw that they did that today. What did he say? He's like, how's the
family? He says that.
Yeah, how's the family? God, Pat, you're an idiot. I love it. Yo, Pat, come on the show, bro. You're free, you know what I'm saying? Do you salt your tomatoes? Christian, I don't actually really like tomatoes, but everybody in my family does salt their tomatoes. My nan's a big salt person. That's probably why I'm fat. But I mean, a lot of salt.
Just straight salt.
There's a lot of salt in things. There's a lot of butter in things. My nan loves pepper.
You can't go wrong with butter, though, man. Like there's a point where it's like, oh, we don't need that much salt. With butter, it's kind of like, don't matter. Like,
let me tell you something. Nothing like nan's food. Nice chicken cutlet sandwich.
I haven't had like home cooked meals, and so just because we haven't visited family so often, so they live far away, like man,
like let me tell you
tamales right now.
I used to go upstate, right, with my nan, and they had a house up there. I mean, you would go up there, you'd wake up, French toast. French toast, eggs, and bacon. I mean, just simply delectable. Delectable. Lunch, you have a nice little sandwich on some Italian bread.
It's so different. Like eggs and chorizo were what I was eating.
Oh, yeah. No.
All the time.
See, have a nice little sandwich on a nice piece of Italian bread. Probably a nice side of mozzarella.
Gotta have the mozzarella.
Dinner, a nice pasta, homemade sauce. Once again, a little Italian bread to soak it up. I mean, it's just, I could cry right now thinking about it.
Beautiful.
A little chicken cutlet here and there, a little chicken.
God, I'm so hungry right now. I want to eat.
I mean, it's just nothing better. There's simply nothing.
You know what? I really can't be a hypocrite because, like I said earlier in the show, I told Dad we had food at home. I can't go get food after this.
Oh, no. You can't.
I gotta eat something.
Yo, Josh, let me tell you something, by the way. Speaking of food, though, I'm literally so excited to go down to the condo in June for the simple fact I can't wait to go to Cookout. Cookout is the greatest thing that I've ever. I've
never really. Is that like a restaurant or something?
Oh, it's like a fast food place. And see, Josh, here's the other thing. I'm used to New York prices. So I went down there, got a tray. You get something called a tray. It's a burger. You get two sides, and you can get a drink, or you can substitute it for a milkshake. I'm fat. I get a milkshake.
Have to.
So a burger, two sides, and a milkshake. I'm like, New Yorker, $15 has to be. She was $8.
$8?
It was like $8.95. I was like, "Are you guys okay?"
And is it a decent sized burger too?
Bro, it's it literally tastes fantastic. I mean, it's
what sides you rolling with?
I'm a big fry guy.
What kind of fries we talking?
Oh, I'm just a normal fry guy.
No, what kind does this place have? Because I'm like,
they're just the normal like McDonald's style fries.
Still good though. Still good.
I would listen if it was a waffle fry, I'd be crying on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm a big waffle fry guy. One of the biggest out there.
How do we feel about crinkle cut?
I'm a crinkle cut guy. Yeah. Listen, you want to know what the most overrated fry is, by the way? Just throwing this out there.
Steak fries?
Yes.
Steak fries so overrated. Bro.
Steak fries are so overrated, bro. Waffle fries overrated? Lily, I will literally kick you out of the chat.
I don't think they're overrated, but I wouldn't put them one.
I would take a waffle fry over anything.
I don't know, man. Just because I don't even
I
know if I
also
really.
think Prince over here says tater tot. Listen, I'm gonna be real. I'm not a big tater tot guy.
I think I'm more of a hash brown.
I'm a whore for a good hash brown.
Yeah, I'm not big on tater tots, but hash brown.
Now here's the other thing: do we like the hash brown patties or like the mashed like stringy hash browns?
I'd go with the patties, but them stringy ones in certain like. If you ever been to Cracker Barrel,
I haven't been, but I thought somebody just said something about Cracker Barrel. I'm wrong.
They got those stringy potatoes, and it's so good, so good.
Christian said Carl's Jr. waffle fries are gas.
Dude,
Like Chick-fil-A fries, unbelievable.
I'm a Hardee's area, so we don't got a Carl's Jr. It's just Hardee's.
Steak cut and thick cut are your favorite, Lily? Oh, brother. Listen, I think we can all agree on one thing, and it's this. If you think, have you ever seen the shoestring fries, like the real skinny ones?
Yeah.
Disgusting. Worst one.
Really? I don't mind them.
Oh no, because to me,
where are those from?
They just burn automatically.
Who has those?
I don't know. I've always gotten them like in the bag, burger side of fries type of thing, like at home.
Yeah. That's where I eat them too. But there's a place that Checkers, I think.
So. We got Prince saying tater tot hot sauce combo is fire. Listen, Prince, you got me with hot sauce because I put hot sauce on literally everything. It's probably the reason I have acid reflux.
Dude,
because I literally put hot sauce on everything. I'm talking.
Cannot relate.
I mean, I'm talking bacon, egg, and cheeses, hot sauce.
Nah, man, some
chicken
mild. I'll tell you how bad my taste buds are and how limited I am on spiciness. Some mild salsa with chips. 3 ice waters.
3 ice waters.
I'm a pussy when it comes to hot stuff, bro. I can't do it.
See,
hot Cheetos, love them, but can't do it all the time. Just can't.
Bro, I would
put me through
dog a bag of flaming hot Cheetos right now.
I would too, but I'd pay for it, bro.
Willie said I had some Five Guys fries last night, and wow, I forgot how good life was.
See, my food options are so limited. I've never even had Five Guys or
Willie. I've never been more jealous of a human being because Five Guys is so goddamn good. It's just unbelievable. I love Five Guys. Love it. You ever had Louisiana Crystal hot sauce? I can't say I have. Willie said also I'm talking steak cut somewhere when they're homemade and seasoned. Nothing compares. Connie has Five Guys in him consistently. Yeah, you know what? I wish I could. Pause.
Hey yo.
Nah, that's not even. You know what? I'm taking back the pause.
Hey yo.
I'm not even pausing on that because if I could have Five Guys burgers and fries all the time,
respect. No, respect, bro.
I mean, you ever had a Five Guys? Lily, here's a very important question. Very important question though. Did you get a milkshake from Five Guys? Because let me tell you something, a Five Guys milkshake will make you forget anything that happened to you in life.
Really?
I mean, it's just simple. Listen, I got here a little trick here. A little peanut butter Oreo. Oh my God.
I got the most basic options here, man. You want a milkshake, you gotta go Steak and Shake.
That's just sad.
Yeah, it's not fun.
She said, I got a bacon cheeseburger and just forgot how amazing it was. Christian said, you're so annoying. He said, I lack so many toes. A milkshake would kill me. You're so stupid. Listen, no, because we got it delivered and it was like $10 on Uber Eats. See, that's how I know I'm from New York. You said $10 a burger and fries. When I get a burger, fry, and a milkshake, it's probably like $16 here.
That's crazy.
At Five Guys.
That's crazy.
Like I think.
So when you do DoorDash and
I can't get DoorDash where I am.
Really?
Because I'm near places that can get it, but where I think Walk Hill, where I'm from, is too small that anybody actually cares.
That's how we just got it a year ago.
If I go where my college is, which is literally 20 minutes away, I could Uber Eats, DoorDash, literally anything in America. But I go 20 minutes a different direction, and all of a sudden, can't do it. Checkers milkshake is good. Shake Shack is Shake Shack. Oh,
never had it, dude.
What a place, bro. I love Shake Shack.
The best food near me is still 30 minutes away, and it's Popeyes.
Wait, I gotta make sure Shake Shack is the one I'm actually thinking of. Hold on. Is that the green? Is that the green sign one? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm pretty sure they have a Shake Shack in Citi Field, which is the only reason I will ever go to a Met game. Literally the only reason.
Yeah, that sounds like a time though. Shake Shack in the ball game? Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'll never. Oh yeah, there is one in the city too. I forgot about that.
What about chicken sandwich places? Where are you going with that?
See, that's another place. Like Chick-fil-A, closest one, hour away. It's in Jersey. Closest one to me is in Jersey, but there is a Popeyes very close.
Popeyes is so good.
Listen, can I give you a hot take here? Might be a hot take. I still think I think the Popeyes chicken sandwich is better than Chick-fil-A.
So do I. I get the comparison. I don't think it's as close as most people think. I think Popeyes.
I think Chick-fil-A is a much better service wise.
Oh,
probably a better experience.
Yeah,
but I'll take a Popeyes chicken sandwich over anything.
The best, dude. The best.
See, look, maybe that wasn't a hot take. We got Kristen saying facts. Chick-fil-A is trash. See, that's a little strong to me.
I wouldn't call it trash.
I wouldn't say it's trash, but quite strong. Lily said, "Oh, that sandwich is better than Chick-fil-A, hands down." And Kristen said, "Has nothing to do with my ex working there." Okay, not gonna lie, I just don't care for Chick-fil-A," said Lily. I mean, I'll probably be able to give you a full report when I go down to the condo because there's a Chick-fil-A like 10 minutes away, and I'm going for 2 weeks, so I assume I'm gonna eat a lot of Chick-fil-A. So I'll have an updated list.
But I think you might be influenced because it'll probably be like 1 a.m. drunk.
Oh no, but you see,
and that'll always hit. Always drunk food always hits. So
Connie, drop the condo Addy. I'll pull up. Yo, Christian, let me tell you, I'm going down for 2 weeks. Just me and my two boys. If you want to come, you want to fly down for a nice little weekend. You have to buy me drinks the entire time though, because I'm saving you, hotel fare. So you have to pay for literally everything when you're there. But other than that, yeah. He said fair trade. Say less. I'll swing the Addy right now. Ain't no problem to me. You come out here, I won't make you pay. Well, that's good. I'm a young, struggling college student, Christian. You can't make me pay. You make big bucks. Big bucks. I'm only going down there because it's my parents and I can go for free. He said, I got a kid on the way. Well, listen, Christian. See, Christian, here we go. Then I'll be your practice, bro. I'll be your practice on raising a kid. You got to pay for me for everything.
You take care of him, Christian.
Exactly. So you take care of dinner. I need my bottle of milk at least 3 times a day.
He will wake you up. He will wake you up at 3 a.m. Not because he's crying, just because you got to get used to it. Like he has
literally. Listen, I'll tell you right now. There might not be a bigger milk guy in the world than me. like I'm just saying. I
love your confidence with these. Like, I just love it.
Like, I don't think that there's a bigger milk guy in the world. Like, if I could easily drink it, I'm telling you right now, and this is disgusting, Lily. I'm literally gonna kick you out of the chat right now, saying milk is the grossest thing ever. That literally disgusts me. Like that statement right there makes me sick. But like I said, my love of milk, I guarantee you I could drink a gallon of milk a day.
You're crazy, bro.
Like easily.
So have you ever tried the milk?
No, but I want to so bad.
You probably most people are like, it's gonna be tough. You'd be so happy,
bro. I'd be if somebody buys me somebody Venmo me to buy me a gallon of milk. I'll do it on the next episode.
Someone do it, Christian. Tell Alex.
Chocolate milk better than protein powder after a workout. They did that on the senior skip day in high school. The videos haunt me. I mean, what else do we really have here? Kaepernick. Does anybody take it? Oh,
I say that because I want the Panthers to sign Kaepernick.
I don't know. So, here's my thing, right, with Kaepernick and everything. I think, it's weird to me in a way that he almost has a better chance of being signed now than he did when everything first started. Right. But I don't think anybody takes a chance because, and this is weird to say, we're having, people are having conversations, not me. I think it's very easy. That, what's Deshaun Watson going to be after a year away? That's a legit thing people are saying. Kaepernick hasn't played in 5 years, bro.
Motorcycles, bro.
5 years.
Yeah. I get that, but I just look at, because I don't see the risk of signing him as a backup. I can just get him on the roster. And I think it's even less risky if you got Sam Darnold and PJ Walker in your quarterback room and there's a guy who might be really good, might not, probably isn't going to, I mean, who knows what the salary is going to be like, but we have the most cap in the NFL right now. Just give him a shot. David Tepper is all about money. He wants to make this team entertaining. Nothing more entertaining than if Colin Kaepernick was back on an NFL field. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Can't be too much worse than Sam Darnold. So I can't imagine it's a crazy discussion.
Yeah, we need a quick pause though because Lily just said oat milk is creamy and thick. Like we need a quite
big pause show, guys. Big pause. Show.
Yeah, just a pause, a slight pause. You know, those words are.
Likes milk more than me. That's the craziest statement I've ever heard. To just claim that.
Listen, I'm the biggest milk guy out there. Biggest milk guy out there. See, because Lily and Christian right now are talking about oat milk and things. Like, what are we doing? That's
strawberry milk's fire though. Strawberry milk is fire.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. I'll take straight milk, like not even chocolate.
Don't you dare alter this. I want this
what?
No, straight from the cow.
Have I milked a cow, Lily? No, I can't say
you
I
would
have.
jump at the opportunity. Straight from the source itself.
I have milked a cow, had raw milk. I feel like that's gross.
Yeah, I feel like
so can't you get isn't there like blood in it sometimes?
Oh,
like that's
God, can we move off,
bro?
I don't want to do this. No more milk.
Well, you milk goats too. Like, I mean, see, Prince. This is what I'm talking about. Milk is delicious. See, Lily's the odd one out here. Because milk, let me tell you something. Nothing better. All right, last thing here. My MLB future bets. Josh, I told you I would give it for you.
I got my pen ready.
Anybody else out there that wants to make some bread? Lily, if I drink milk, I'll actually puke. I'm literally blocking you. No. Here's the real. So you're telling. Oh wait, no, you said oat milk and stuff like that. I was gonna say, like a bowl of cereal with some milk in it.
Connie, how devastated would you be if you're like 32 and you become lactose intolerant?
I'm jumping right off.
Are you just done?
I'm going head first off this Empire State Building.
Oh man, milk has never had an impact on someone's life the way it does, Connie.
You only eat cheese? That's your only dairy?
What?
That's the only dairy you consume. Not even a yogurt, huh?
Yogurt.
Because let me tell you something. Those little yogurts with like the Oreo pieces in it, or like the M&Ms,
so good.
Slap.
Yeah.
Like absolutely amazing.
Pudding or yogurt?
It's the only dairy product that my body won't hate me for. See, have you always been? That means you were probably always lactose. Because I feel like if you ever just try milk,
yeah, and it goes and you're straight to the
you
toilet.
Weren't. Interesting.
That's
so you've just never liked milk. Very bold. My MLB future bets. Let me get to those. So, anybody that wants to make some bread, I got you. Don't worry. These bets are guaranteed to hit. If I can actually, let me just open it up real quick. I got to log back in. Little Face ID action going on here.
What sports book we using?
I got Bet Rivers, New York.
You know, it's another great website that's not a sports book, but there is an opportunity to make money and get free money just by signing up. Underdog Fantasy.
Oh, Underdog Fantasy. Let's get a clap for Underdog Fantasy going. I mean unbelievable. Because did you know that if you download Underdog Fantasy and you use code Gen Z, this show, by the way, a fantastic one, that you can double your first deposit up to $100.
Double?
I mean, you can double it, which means if you put in 10, you get another free 10. If you put in 20, you get another free 20. You put in 100, you get another free $100.
Beautiful.
And I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. Because, like we said, it's free money, free bread, as I like to say. Or, maybe in this case, some free milk.
And I would give out a free pick tonight, but there are no NBA games tonight. So,
I mean, Josh, like I said, that's free milk right there.
Yeah,
if you want whole milk,
free milk.
Maybe you want some whole.
Who cares about bread? It's milk now.
Free that could be whole milk, a little 2%.
Mm,
If you're a Lily,
Skim?
maybe a little bit of oat milk,
some skim milk.
a little almond, chocolate, strawberry. I mean, hey,
Lots of milk over there, guys.
lots of milk. And you can have all of it if you download Underdog Fantasy and use code Gen Z to double your first deposit up to $200. Just saying. Very good idea. I don't know why you wouldn't want to, because who doesn't like free money? Am I right? Or am I right? But yeah, my bets. Josh, I am taking the regular season win total over for the Toronto Blue Jays at 92.5. I think the Blue Jays have an unbelievable year this year. I am all in. They've made some great moves in the offseason. They got Kevin Gausman to bolster their pitching staff. They traded for Matt Chapman. You got Vlad Guerrero, the runner-up for the MVP. I think Bo Bichette takes a big leap forward this year as well. You got Gurriel or somebody like that on that. No, it's not Gurriel. I don't know. One of their outfielders had like 100 RBIs last year. I think he only continues to get better as well. I think they're going to be unbelievable, which makes me sad because they are in the Yankee division, but it's okay. Next up, I have the Boston Red Sox. Yes, a team that I despise, but I have them over 85.5 wins. Listen, 80. Wait, I did say 84, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's 84.5. I thought I messed it up, but like I said, 84.5 wins. That's 3 games above 500. I think that they're much better than a 500 team.
Red Sox?
Yeah, the Red Sox, man. So I have them over 84.5. Next up, I have the Chicago White Sox over 93.5. This is another team that I think is going to be very good. Now, 93 is a high win total, absolutely. But like I said, I think the White Sox are going to be very good. I think they win that division running away with it. Running away. I'm a runner. I'm a track star style. And they beat that one. And then finally, I have the Miami Marlins. This one's a little riskier in my eyes. Miami Marlins over 75.5 wins. I am absolutely in love with their pitching staff. I think their pitching staff is going to be absolutely unbelievable. I think that'll carry them to more wins than they actually should have. So I'm pretty.
I have a question.
What's going on there, pal?
About baseball, because I am a big baseball guy. Everybody knows
of course, one of the biggest baseball guys I know.
My guy Pablo, is he still in Atlanta? Because I might hop on there over.
Mr. Pablo Sandoval.
Pablo Sandoval, yeah. Where's he hitting
dingers Josh, I don't even know where Pablo Sandoval is. Let me look him up.
Well, I know he's on a roster. Ain't no way. It's just sitting at home.
Let me look him up. Pablo Sandoval. You know what his nickname is, Josh?
Oh, I did.
Kung Fu Panda.
I was just gonna say Panda, but I thought it was something else with it. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda. Best player in the world.
I don't know if he's on a team. I don't know if
he's on. He's got to. It's Pablo Sandoval. He's got to be on a team somewhere.
It just says it's showing me position, like what position he plays. He's not on a team, says Lily. Oh, wow, brother!
The biggest free agent of all time is still available. You're telling me
one of the best players of all time in Josh's eyes.
Hey man, he crushed my heart one time, and I've been a fan ever since.
Big Pablo Sandoval guy, not to be confused with the greatest player of all time, Pablo Sanchez of Backyard Baseball.
Oh yeah, we'll see how they both share a first name. It's
very confusing.
Just how it goes.
Oh, he's in the Mexican leagues.
Well, that makes sense. I might have to. Can I bet on those?
Listen, Josh, you can bet on literally anything.
What's the team name? Where Pablo at, man? I need to watch Pablo.
I can't tell you. Let's see what Lily's bets are here, Josh. You want some of Lily's bets? She has the Brewers to win the World Series.
Oh.
She took the Brewers win total over 89.5. She also took Bo Bichette to win the AL MVP. You probably get some good value on that one, by the way.
How do you spell that?
Bichette.
Bo Bichette? Or is it
it's
two names?
Bo, B-O, and then a space.
Okay.
And then Bichette is Bichette. Not to be confused with ET.
And you agree that's a good bet, MVP?
I stay away from MVP bets in anything because I think it's just so random sometimes.
Right.
But I think Bo Bichette, if you want like a value, probably pretty solid.
Where's he playing?
He plays for the Blue Jays. He is a teammate of the runner-up MVP last year.
So would you say it's not crazy if you're on the Blue Jays win total over, she's on him winning MVP? It'd be crazy to put a bet on World Series win for the Blue Jays?
No, it would not be crazy for the Blue Jays to win the World Series in my eyes. I've said this.
Okay.
Listen, Yankee fan here. Yankee fan. I think the Blue Jays are winning 100 games.
Okay.
Like, I definitely think that they're going to win 100 games in my eyes. Kevin Gausman, they have a full year of Barrio. I always mess up his name. Jose Barrios or Barrios?
Abreu?
No, it's Berrios.
Brio?
So I don't know. Full year of him. They acquired him at the trade deadline. They're playing in Canada the entire year. Last year they had to split time between Buffalo and Canada, and when they went back to Canada, they played a lot better. So I think that they're going to be very good. Lily said, I actually did a deep dive into odds and discrepancies in the past 4 years of MVP voting in each league. Okay. See, look at Lily.
I trust Lily. I'm taking Lily's for sure. I don't know, Connie. You gave me a couple. I'm really only feeling confident about the Blue Jays because that's the only one we talked about.
Lily, you heard my win totals.
The Marlins,
how do you feel?
Good.
See, Lily said that she likes the Marlins pitching staff as well, which is what I said.
And 75.5 is the lowest total out there. So were they buns last year?
No. Don't get me wrong. They're not a very good team, but like 75.5 is. See, look at that. She said, "I think your win totals are good. The Marlins, especially."
Okay.
Like they're like, I know. Oh, I think I just found a great comparison. They're gonna be. I think in my eyes, the Marlins are the Grizzlies, but less. Like the Grizzlies are in second. Like picture the Grizzlies, but in like sixth.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Because the Grizzlies cleared their win total probably about like a month or so ago. And
like in my eyes, I think like I said, I think it comes down to like, the last month, but I think the Marlins win like 81, 82.
Okay.
Which, hey, listen, all they got to do is win 76.
And listen, this is going to start being a baseball show too, so I'm going to be paying attention to these.
Josh, all I'm saying is opening day is Thursday.
Yeah.
So, and I'm coming on next Monday. And we're gonna have to talk a little bit. We're gonna have to.
I'll watch some.
I was gonna say, I think opening day. I think the first game is Yankee Red Sox, and I'm pretty sure it's nationally televised.
I'll check it out. I'll tune in.
Lily, I know you're going to opening day. You lucky little shit. I want to go to opening day so bad. Yeah. Yankee tickets are so expensive though, bro. To sit like all the way in the nosebleeds. Now, also, granted, it's a Yankee Red Sox game, which is already expensive, and it's opening day. But like to sit all the way in the nosebleeds, it's like $120.
Jesus.
And like I just don't. Yeah, like I don't feel like paying $120 to sit literally at the top of the stadium.
No.
Bleacher tickets were $70. Yeah, but it's worth it. If I had someone to go with, I would pay it. I would, but I can't find
a day out of it.
Just a nice little hour train ride right to Yankee Stadium. It drops you right off of Yankee Stadium.
That's beautiful. You don't even have to make a walk or nothing.
Well, you got to walk down the stairs,
right? But not
you know what I mean. It's not like I got to take the train to the city, then take a cab somewhere.
That's the worst, man.
Lily said, "I'm going alone." Listen, Lil, I commend you because I can't do things by myself.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that means a certain thing about me, but
that's how I used to be.
Like I literally could never like the people that go eat at restaurants alone. I commend you. I really do. I could never eat at a restaurant by myself.
I used to be like that, but now I prefer it. Like I love.
No, the thought of doing that terrifies me. I literally cannot do that. Prince, haven't been to the new Yankee Stadium yet. Prince, where are you located at? Because all I'm saying is, June 3rd is Aaron Judge bobblehead day, and I'm there. I am there because I need an Aaron Judge bobblehead. Don't want one. Don't have to get one. I need one. Okay, got to go, but I'm a powerful Brewers fan in Chicago. Lily, thank you for tuning in. But guess what? We're going to end the show there anyway because, listen, we've covered a lot of things. It's almost been 2 hours, people. And me and Josh talk a lot. But with that being said, it was another wonderful episode of Generation Sports. Before we go, of course, we're going to have to let people know where they can find Josh.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Jolin_4. Make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channel. We love when we have interaction over there. Got the comments there. And yeah, make sure we said it earlier, free money over on Underdog. So head on over there, use code GenZ, double your first deposit, and tune in Monday, 7 Eastern.
Yes, sir. You guys know what it is by now. Anthony Conover _ over there on Twitter. You can follow this show, Generational Sports, on Twitter right there as well, at Gen Z Sports. That's Mondays at 7 Eastern every week. Next up, I got the Hard Count. That's Tuesdays, 9 Eastern. Me and my boy CJ talking everything in the NFL world. Like I said, Tuesdays at 9 Eastern. And then Thursday, if you head over to Backstop Banter, that's everything in the baseball world. And we have a great time, me and Michael, talking everything MLB. So make sure you go and listen to all those shows. All of these shows are also available as a podcast in case you ever miss anything. You know, just like you, Vic, stopped in late, just got home from work. It's okay. Because you know what, Vic? You can go over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere that you listen to podcasts, even the YouTube channel if you want to watch the live version of this one. Go over there, rewatch the whole episode, have a great time. Hit us up with the suggestions, comments, maybe even topics that you want to hear later on in the show.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for commenting and making the show a lot more fun because like we said, and like we will always say, it's a lot more interesting when we get to talk to you guys. Me and Josh love doing this, but it's really fun to interact with everybody and see what your opinions are of the stupid stuff that we say all the time. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in as we always do, but we will see you on the next episode.